Welcome to What the Tech, the show that cuts right through the hype to bring you tech news you can actually use.
Wow. Wild. Bloodbath. No, those aren't movie reviews. Those are the actual reactions that were flying around last week after the financial tech company Block made an announcement that just sent shockwaves through Silicon Valley. So what are we talking about here? More than 4,000 employees are being let go. And let's be clear, this isn't some minor trim. This is a massive corporate restructuring. We're talking nearly half of their entire workforce. And the official reason for this, well, this bloodbath, a super bold, radical shift to becoming an AI-first company. But, and this is the big question, is AI really the whole story here, or is it maybe just a really convenient, high-tech excuse for something else entirely? All right, let's dig in. Okay, so first up, let's take a look at the official story. You know, the one Block presented to its employees and to the world. The company's CEO, Jack Dorsey, he framed this as this huge, unavoidable leap into the future. He actually said that AI is, and I'm quoting here, enabling a new way of working which fundamentally changes what it means to build and run a company. I mean, that is a massive, super forward-looking claim, right? And you know who ate this story up? Wall Street. They absolutely loved it. The company's stock shot up, get this, a whopping 24% right after the announcement. Now, think about the signal that sends to every other CEO out there. It basically screams, hey, frame your layoffs around AI and we'll reward you for it. That's a powerful incentive. But of course, there's another side to this story. A former Block executive, a guy named Aaron Zamos, who actually used to run their communications, is basically saying, hold on a minute. He suggests there's way more going on behind the curtain. The AI story might be new, but the playbook? Oh, that's an old one. And this is where it gets really interesting. You've got this stark contrast, right? On one side, the public story is all about this radical reinvention of work, all thanks to AI. But then you start digging into the actual cuts, and, well, a lot of it starts to look an awful lot like your standard run-of-the-mill corporate downsizing. We're talking basic cost cutting and picking which projects get to live. And let's be real, this isn't exactly Block's first rodeo when it comes to layoffs. The company already went through other rounds in the past couple of years, and those were reportedly to clean up messes from things like, executive turf wars that ended up creating a bunch of duplicated teams doing the same work. Sound familiar? And this is just brilliant in a kind of terrifying corporate strategy sort of way. It shows you how a company can literally create its own reality. So check this out. Step 1. Block tells its employees, hey, we're tracking how much you use AI tools. Step 2, they slash the headcount, like drastically. So what happens next? The few people who are left are totally overwhelmed. They have to start using AI just to keep their heads above water. And boom, just like that, the company's claim of being AI first becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, so before we jump into what you can actually do about all this, hey, if you're getting some real value out of this breakdown, it would mean a lot if you'd hit that like button and subscribe to What the Tech. And tell us what you think in the comments. Is your company pulling this kind of stuff with AI? We're really curious to know what's happening out there. All right, so the big takeaway here is learning how to spot the spin, right? How to separate the AI marketing hype from what's actually happening on the ground. So let's build up your personal toolkit for cutting through the noise. So picture this. You see a headline tomorrow. Some big company announces massive job cuts, and they say it's because of AI. How can you tell if that's the real deal or just a bunch of corporate spin? Well, it all comes down to asking the right questions. Look, if the answers you get are super vague, that is a huge red flag. A real, genuine AI transition comes with details. You should be asking, which specific tasks are being automated? What AI systems are actually replacing people? Are there real retraining programs? And here's a big one. Does the AI really replace roles that need high-stakes judgment or, actual human relationships? A chatbot is not going to negotiate a complex deal. Okay, so what does all of this mean for you, for your career? How do you even navigate a world where AI can just be dropped as the ultimate reason for getting rid of your job? Let's get into some practical advice, your personal playbook. All right, listen up, because this is key. You need to double down on the stuff that AI just can't do well. That means documenting your work, but not just the tasks. Focus on the outcomes you deliver and the relationships you build. And don't just use AI, demonstrate how you use it to increase your impact. When it comes to learning new things, be selective. Focus on skills that work with AI, like deep domain expertise. And hey, if you find yourself at risk, negotiate. Ask for time and resources for retraining. Okay, let's pull back from the individual level for a second and look at the big picture. What does this huge move from Block mean for the rest of the tech industry, and honestly for all of us? I mean, we've all seen this, right? You get a completely useless email summary from an AI, or you ask a chatbot a simple question and it just makes stuff up. It's really, really hard to square those everyday experiences with this grand narrative that the same technology is ready to replace thousands of skilled professionals. The gap between the hype and the reality is still massive. And this, right here, is the real danger. Because Wall Street gave Block a big gold star and a 24% stock bump, it creates this massive pressure for other companies to do the exact same thing. You can announce perfectly normal layoffs, slap the AI label on it, and then just sit back and watch your stock price climb. It doesn't even matter if the AI is actually ready to do the work. And so that leaves us with the big, multi-billion-dollar question, the one that's probably going to define the next few years of our working lives. Is AI really the reason for these layoffs, or has it just become the best, most believable excuse we've seen in a long, long time? Thanks for watching WtT.